Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
And what's it gonna do?
It doesn't matter how you're doing. Woo! Wheeling, dealing, limousine like jet flying.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Would you please shut the hell up?
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the human rubble.
Welcome to another episode of Keep the Kayfabe. I'm Mike, sitting here with my boys, ready to talk some wrestling. We got a very fun show lined up ahead for tonight. We have Revolution coming up this Sunday, and we give our predictions where records count and champions will be crowned. We'll also get to a little bit of Adam Cole news and updates. But first, let's introduce the boys real quick. Let's go over to Glendale, someone who always keeps it regal. Steve Grobschmidt. How are you, Grabby?
What you gonna do when the largest arms in the world run wild on you, brother?
46-inch pythons. You don't want to mess with them.
46?
I think that's what he used to say.
26, I think.
Ah, yeah.
Dude,
Well,
if they were 46
times two.
inches, my God. yeah,
That's
got to
52.
double up.
It's 52.
Let's swing down to Bayview real quick and talk to my guy, Mr. Matt Michelson, someone who keeps it freshly squeezed. How are you, Matt?
What?
Okay, Austin.
Just a casual stone cold drop. Easy, but straight
It's
to the
one of
point.
those that you don't really get for a second because you're like, wait, what else is there? But no, that's it.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
If our friend Corey's listening, I know that
Oh
used to
my
piss off
God.
Steve to no end.
Well, I just kept trying to explain to him that, like, okay, that's like maybe funny in your head, but at an NXT event, it doesn't. Nobody else is gonna find that funny because these are like fans that don't do that shit.
He loves the what?
Yeah, he does. And then wouldn't you know it, he just would go on and on about the what, and then what do I get in one of my slam crates? A Stone Cold shirt that says what?
Nice.
Do you
Which
still
I
have
wear
those?
proudly. No, I did. I got, I think all told 5 or 6 of them. I remember, I think my wife got me enough for 4, and then I forget what it was, but it was some number 3, and then I had to complete the ring. So then I got a 4th one, but then I screwed up and wound up getting a 5th one. So, but yeah, those are fun. I like them.
I got suckered into the same thing. Well, actually, I got the first 3 boxes, so I only have 3/4 of the ring. I never got that 4th piece.
Well, I have a 5th piece, so if you ever need it.
5th? Is it a TNA ring?
Yeah, it's a 6-sided. Yeah, actually, if AEW did a slam crate, I would do that for a little bit just to get some merch.
Totally.
Who knows?
I'd be into that. Let's stay down in Bayview. Talk to my guy. Oh my God! It's Charlie Michael.
Bullet Club for life. Life.
Wow. Nice.
Feeling a little BCs today, so I thought I'd throw a little soundbite in there with my Bullet Club for life.
Oh
The
man.
production value on this show never ceases to
Yeah,
rise.
it's high. It's high level, right off the phone over the computer
I
speaker.
don't know. I think Charlie and I are at odds because I just signed a deal with Los Ingobernables of.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, don't give it. Keep the kayfabe, Charlie. You had a guitar in your hand the whole time. And you
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah.
You weren't holding up a phone.
I'm feeling nostalgic for the original BC.
Yeah.
Elias is actually at Charlie's house standing off to the side.
Yeah, exactly. Him and what's the guy's Striker, whatever his racist name is?
Jackson
Riker?
Riker, yeah, Striker.
Jackson the Third Riker.
Yeah. Yep.
I just came up with that off the top of my head. I'm pretty proud of that.
I like
That's
that.
great.
We might have just found the name for the show.
If you want to
This
looking
week's
for the
episode.
latest episode and our latest Instagram post, just look for that hashtag.
Yeah.
Jackson
We'll be
Riker,
real-
the third brother.
We'll be real popular. Awesome. All right. Well, last week we hinted at Adam Cole super kicking Kyle O'Reilly in the face, Finn Balor in the face. He said he had a lot to get off of his chest on this last week's episode of NXT. What was he going to say? You just had to tune in and watch. And guess what? Your boy Mike Bate did.
Yeah.
I watched NXT in a long time. Did I watch it live? Not at all. But I waited till Friday and didn't look at any spoilers.
It's kind of hard to watch with that like Capitol Dome or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's such a rough show. NXT is such a rough show to watch.
It used to be the greatest.
Yeah.
Whatever like Johnny Gargano is doing, like with this thing called The Way, playing off the Mandalorian thing, like that is so lame and cheesy. God, what else pissed me off? There's not enough Scarlett. The only reason I would watch that show is for Scarlett Bordeaux and Karrion Kross. He had that big match with Escobar, handicap match with basically it was a handicap match with his version of the Singh brothers in there. Falls count anywhere. It was just so loose and out of control. I can't even remember the rest, but I digress.
Yeah.
Adam Cole got in the ring at the end of the show, and he appeared to be very remorseful for what he did to Kyle O'Reilly, his brother in Undisputed Era, super kicking him in the face. He says he takes it all back. He didn't want to do it. Roderick Strong comes out there and says, you know what, Adam, I'm kind of pissed off at you for doing what you did. I'm very disappointed. You lied to us. You betrayed us. Really gave him an earful. And I was like, good for Roddy. They had a moment in the ring, got down on their knee. And what does Adam Cole do? Boom! Gives them the low blow right in the middle of the ring. As we mentioned before, Roderick Strong was the linchpin that was holding Undisputed together. And whatever was any kind of union is now disintegrated after that low blow. Boys, did you get a chance to see this? And what are your reactions?
Yeah, I got a chance to see a snippet of it. And I guess the best way to explain it is fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. But what is it when you fool someone for the fifth time? Like, won't go because I swear I was listening to another podcast, probably my favorite podcast besides this one. And somebody on the podcast made some comment about this segment, and they were talking about how WWE loves doing multiple heel turns. Like they'll do a heel turn and then they'll have the guy turn heel again and again and again. And this seems to be like a recurring story beat now. So yeah, I saw bits and pieces of this segment. And I think actually on last week's podcast, I'd even suggested that Roderick Strong start a beef with Adam Cole. And
Yeah, you did.
get it at some point because I think Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole is going to play itself out pretty quickly, especially after that mishap with Kyle working a seizure and just, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to put that storyline aside, but I would love to see Roderick Strong and Adam Cole go head to head.
That would be a hell of a match. I'm sure if you Googled on YouTube and Ring of Honor, I'm sure you could probably find that match. I'm sure they've wrestled.
Oh, I
before.
think they did. Yeah, big time.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it. I thought it was a pretty good angle. Cole. I mean, you knew he wasn't gonna turn back good. So but he did a good job selling and making it seem like
Almost.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, we're old enough to know now that he wasn't gonna change. But if you listen to it too, he had little hints that when I went back and listened to it, you could tell he kind of blamed them. And so he was, even when he was apologizing, he was doing a heel thing, putting it off on them as they messed up, and it really wasn't him. They caused him to do that. So I thought that was pretty good angle. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, I think the angle down. I mean, it's probably going to be hopefully they slow burn it, but I have a feeling O'Reilly's going to win it, and then Cole will take it from him, maybe.
Yeah.
What do you
knows? I mean, the only takeover that's coming up is for WrestleMania. So this is basically NXT's big story. If they fuck this up, their brand has literally nothing. So they better.
Oh, that's it. That's the only interesting. I got fast forward again this to that part. They have nothing else going on that show.
They won't screw it up. I mean, NXT isn't what it used to be, but I don't think they'll. They deliver when it comes. Takeovers they almost never f up.
Could you imagine? Here's something I was talking to a buddy about. Could you imagine if you could take Undisputed Era and put them in AEW as like an invasion angle?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
How good would that be, man? How
Sure.
good? Oh, how
Well-
good would that be?
What faction would you put him up against?
They could probably. I'd put them up against.
Faces against the Inner Circle, maybe.
Yeah, Inner Circle, or maybe against. I'd put them up against running, taking over the Bucks, saying,
Yeah,
"Hey, Bucks and Kenny," or especially the Bucks at first, saying, "Hey, we're running the show," and then Cole could chase after Kenny. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
I
just
think that would
doing
be awesome. And I think while that feud's developing, because you got to throw in filler matches to build to the pay-per-view.
yeah.
Just imagine Jurassic Express against Undisputed Era. Just
Well,
like,
that would be just.
Oh,
you
yeah.
could just see Adam
Yeah.
Cole looking at Luchasaurus like, what the hell is this?
You know, even if you don't want to put the big title on Adam Cole right away, you feud him with Darby.
Mhm.
You know, that'd be really good too. He gives
Yeah.
him a quick belt. You know, yeah. But I mean, we're just fantasy booking. It's
No,
But it's-
totally. But
That's fun.
so you guys bring up a good point though. So thinking ahead, so obviously there's a lot of directions they can go with Undisputed Era in NXT. We just named a few of them. But once these feuds blow over, I think it's safe to say we're not going to see any more Undisputed Era. So
Yeah.
when that passes, who's the next big faction in NXT, and what are they doing to replace these guys in the Undisputed Era, or who's going to fill those spots?
I mean, the closest
Like-
thing to a faction would. Well, no, actually, no. I was gonna say what if they bring Walter over and like do the whole what's that group's name?
yeah, they can
Imperium.
do that.
Imperium, something like
Imperium.
that. But I feel like they've already teased that. You know, like they already showed up in NXT in the past. But
Right.
Well, I just talked shit about the Way. That's like a faction between
It's like
Austin
goofy.
Theory and then Candice LeRae and then that other chick.
They're kind of a comedy act
I
now.
was gonna
dude.
say, spoiler
Yeah.
alert, that's no Undisputed Era.
It's like now. I don't know if you probably caught part of the first match with that Loomis thing. Now the one chick that's with him has kind of getting a crush on Loomis, so she
Yeah.
you can see her breaking off at some point. It's total stupid WWE stuff that NXT never had before. That's kind of carrying over. That's gonna ruin the product.
They lost the magic.
Yep.
She'll definitely do the talking in that relationship, I would think.
Yeah. I mean.
The babyface serial killer, is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. You mean the babyface serial killer that's not that you're not interested in is it's gonna be a hot angle. Yeah, it's not good.
Just weird, yeah.
Speaking of babyface serial killers, not to change gears too much, but still focusing on NXT, Dexter Loomis. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we were just saying like that chick from the Way wants him. I
Garbage.
think what they need to do is like play the dating game and have her ask some questions to Dexter and he doesn't respond. And then the other contestant is Cameron Grimes because Cameron Grimes is just blowing it up over there.
Oh
Yeah.
He had
He's
that Ted
funny,
DiBiase angle with the basketball, bringing back some old stuff, probably to get
Yeah.
people used to looking back on Peacock or the WWE Network at old DiBiase angles. But I don't know who the third would. That just came to mind for some reason. But Dexter Loomis, I like the guy's like look. The mustache is pristine. Like the guy's got a great body. The gloves I don't get. I mean, you can't. What is he gonna do if you can't speak? There's just there. I just don't see a longevity in his game right now
I agree.
and his character. I think he's kind of shooting himself in the foot by playing this out longer. I mean, we saw back. I can't remember the takeover when he was like drawing cartoons. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the more. Are we peeling back the onion layer of Dexter Loomis and he's actually an artist? And maybe like that would have been cool if he like drew like cartoons of people getting like annihilated or something like that, or drawing what he was going to do his opponents. That might have been good, but they kind of left that. I don't know. I like him. I want to like him, but there's just not enough to, build upon there, in my opinion.
I agree with you, Mike. I remember seeing a couple of his matches when he first broke out in NXT and thinking the guy can work. Like his matches are really good, but I think a lot of it recently, and part of the reason his matches have gotten a little hard to watch is I think he leans a little too hard into his character, which right now doesn't really have a lot of depth to it. And to your point, we haven't really seen him talk much recently or ever for that matter. So I think, sort of like you think about like Orange Cassidy and AEW, right? Kind of a similar gimmick in a way where he didn't really say anything. He didn't really do anything for a while, but that's what made the character so interesting. And AEW did a great job waiting just the right amount of time before you'd see yet another layer of Orange Cassidy. And that really helped develop his character over the course of, I think, almost a year. And finally, he's one of the top draws in AEW in terms of merchandise and just one of the things you look forward to seeing every week on Dynamite. But yeah, I mean, if Dexter Lumis wants to develop and grow as much as AEW or NXT thinks he is, then they need to do something different with his character for sure.
Hey, Loomis, if you're listening, call in next week.
Call the show. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have you on. Well, boys, yeah, that's a pretty good synopsis of what's happening in NXT right now. Let's get to the prediction show, something that has made Keep the Kayfabe famous, where records count. We predict what the match outcomes will be for the pay-per-views, and we got a pretty fun card coming up here. It could get pretty interesting. I'm really interested to hear what you guys pick because of the variety and diversity of the matches.
It's a strong card. I think that's a hell of a pay-per-view.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I think there's going to be a lot of surprises too when I look it over just on paper here, because you really could go any way. WWE pay-per-views are pretty predictable. They're pretty, and what makes you not really want to watch them. But this one, I definitely want to tune in. So we're going to review the records here. I believe I am ahead of the best friends, Steve and Matt, by one match. Charlie is undefeated, but coming in with less matches
Picked.
participated or picked, right?
Yeah.
So he's batting 1,000.
Undefeated's undefeated.
Yep.
But we're in a new year. Let's just say I got the title. We'll start from scratch, okay? How
Sure.
about that?
It's hard. If you've got the title, Charlie's the people's champion.
Exactly. And I'm okay with that.
No question.
We should figure out who gets to choose, because I feel like to gain an advantage on your opponents, you have to see what your opponents are going to pick and then maybe decide whether or not you want to pick against them. So the only fair way to do it is to maybe pick a wrestler. We're going to pick a wrestler, see when that wrestler was born, the month they were born. We're going to give our best guesses, and we're going to go from there and work out our own rules, okay?
Do you know why I don't worry about what your guys' picks are? Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
You have to compete with Matt Michelson because he usually picks whatever you do. So you shouldn't be competing with the champ. You should be competing with your best friend.
Don't try to create a rift between the best friends.
Yeah, you're like me and Gene with the Rockers. Come on, man.
Yeah, got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Right now they're gonna show Matt and I hugging, and then they're gonna zoom back, like
Guys,
or unzoom.
I'm really sorry, but I have to interrupt us for a moment. I just got some breaking news, and it's now time for Charlie's Corner. Charlie, I noticed your face. Talk to
Thank
us.
you.
What's the latest?
Yeah.
Charlie, lay it down for us.
Glad you caught the clue. Well, speaking of giving the people what they want, they're giving them what they really want tonight in a three-man tag team. It's Retribution, which is over.
Spoiler alert, they already lost the match.
The team which is way over versus the Lucha House Party.
Oh my god.
And Matt Riddle. Oh my god.
So
Matt Riddle teaming with
Retribution's gonna lose to Lucha freaking
the House Party with Riddle, yeah. Wow.
Why are they? Oh my god.
Giving the people, you got to give the people what they want.
It's like playing roulette with booking.
Wow.
That is so bad.
Or they just
trash.
They just entered the entire roster into some randomization algorithm that they have back there, and they're
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
okay,
Hey, here's a match. Throw this one together. And
Yeah.
you know what it is? They got a 7-year-old helping them book. Hey, what would you like to see tonight? Oh,
Yeah.
let's see Retribution with
I think
Richard
the only
Alpert.
thing, I think the only
I
thing that
love
would
that riddle.
the only thing that would make Retribution better is Mojo Rawley at this point.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
This has been Charlie's Corner.
Wow.
Get
Man.
those predictions underway. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to beating everybody.
all right.
Yeah, so
See how
we'll
good
get to your predictions.
Well, should we see who gets to pick last?
Yes.
All right. As the champ, I'm picking one wrestler, and whoever's closest to this wrestler's month of birth gets to pick last. And then we'll go on rotation from there.
All right.
The wrestler is Nia Jax.
July.
Okay. Matt says July.
December.
Okay, Steve going with the over on December. Charlie?
I'll go October.
Oh, $1. And Nia Jax, her birth name is actually Savlina Fanine.
Yeah, tell us something
And,
we don't know.
I don't think that's a birth name.
If that's your real name.
She was born
It
in
might be your legal name now.
Charlie's a
she was born in
birther.
Australia. She was born in
really?
Australia.
Wow,
Yeah.
that I did not know. Wow.
Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Interesting.
Fascinating.
But she was born on May 29th,
Oh.
1984.
Wow, we were
So,
wow.
Matt, you get the pleasure of picking last. If that's what you choose, that would be the advantage.
That would be the advantage I will take.
Alrighty. Well, let's get into it, boys. We have Revolution happening at Daly's Place on Sunday, and it's going to be a packed show. Now, let's get into the predictions. Our first match of the night that we're going to talk about is the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF for the tag team titles. We recently saw on last week's AEW, the Young Bucks dad get the shit kicked out of him by MJF and Chris Jericho.
Ketchup on his face and everything.
God, that was
Yeah,
good.
I love it. They're kind of like bringing the Mrs. Dad storyline into AEW now. Like, who does it better? They should make a meme of that. Of
Yeah, my wife was teasing me because she was in the room when I was watching it, and like the minute that his parents showed up, I'm like, his
You know
dad's
what
getting beat up. His dad's
Yeah, of
getting
course.
beat up. I was just
Yep.
yeah.
there's no reason why you should be hugging your dad at ringside and he
No.
doesn't get his ass
That's
kicked.
the kiss of death. It's like having a wedding in wrestling. You know, it's gonna someone's going in the cake.
Exactly. Good call, Steve. All right. Well, I'll lead off. I think this one's an easy one. The Young Bucks are gonna beat Chris Jericho and MJF. I mean, the family bloodline and the respect of the family is on the line. They're gonna come out swinging. Young Bucks all the way.
Charlie.
Yep, Bucks. Yeah, I don't see how they drop it yet. There's got to be a bigger feud down the line for them, but I just don't see them dropping it right now.
I am going to go with the Inner Circle. Because
Ooh,
I think
Ooh.
they're going to have the Bucks intertwined with the Good Brothers and all that, and you don't need the belts for that. So
Wow.
I think that I think to further this whole Inner Circle storyline, they're going to win so that there can be an implosion down the road.
Bold statement made by
Could be.
Steve Grobschmidt, keeping it regal up in Glendale.
that could be good. That could happen. I
This
just
It's
want
a game changer.
This is why I'm a visionary.
All right,
but
Matt.
But for my booking, I see the Bucks. I see the Bucks holding, and they feud with the Good Brothers down the line. But go ahead, Matt.
No, I was. This is all really good. I was about to actually make a comment though on how I know Steve and I are both down the best friends because both had the same idea
Pretty good.
in terms of booking. I was actually thinking the same thing. I am going to go with the Inner Circle winning this one.
This is why the best friends. Yeah.
Right.
Oh
and
my
I'm
God.
thinking that because, well, all the reasons Steve just mentioned, I kind of agree with. I think there's more to be seen with the Good Brothers holding the Impact Tag Team titles, you got enough gold floating around with the Bullet Club right now. I think with the belts being part of the Inner Circle, that's going to create more dissension between Chris Jericho and MJF and Santana and Ortiz specifically. It gives all of them something to fight over, further breaking up the Inner Circle. I mean, I know Sammy Guevara is on the outs right now, but I think there needs to be a little something extra just to really help drive a wedge between that group. So all things being said, MJF, Chris Jericho win this one.
Clean? Are you guys thinking they're going to win it clean? There's
Well,
obviously going to be some cheating.
I don't think there's going to be nothing clean about that
It
match.
doesn't matter. Yeah, as long as they win.
Definitely not clean.
We're
I
not
mean,
counting how they win.
yeah, I can't see Chris Jericho and MJF beating the Young Bucks clean. That no. But
Wow.
I'd be okay with it if there were shenanigans, which I'm guessing there will be regardless.
There has to be shenanigans.
Bold
Sorry.
statements by the best friends, and I like where it's going. Let's move on to our second match between Team Taz, Ricky Starks and Brian Cage versus Sting and Darby Allin in a backlot brawl. This is what
Nice.
dreams are made of, boys.
Sure
I
is.
led off last time, and Steve, why don't you lead us off this
I'd
time?
be happy to. I think Sting and Darby Allin have to win this one. I think the Darby story, he's just on the rise. I think even though his belt obviously isn't on the line, I think he plus the combination of they're not going to have Sting lose his first match. I think they're going to pull this one out. I don't know how. I mean, I think it's going to be more cinematic than not because they're going to have to really protect Sting. I think his bumps are going to be limited at best, but I think the good guys come out on top.
Okay. Charlie?
Ditto, Sting and Darby. They're gonna win. Yeah, he said they got to come in and put the Inner Circle down. I see it going that way. I tell you,
Yes.
a little bit,
Team
I kind of marked out a little bit when I saw Darby and those guys come in and clean house. Him and Sting. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
That was great. Honestly, that segment was great because it's like, I
I was
actually
like, that's
thought
really cool.
I thought for a second, mind games that Sting was bringing out Darby in the body bag. at
So did
first.
I. Yeah, so did I.
And then he pulls Hook out. It was like, that is so freaking badass for faces to do that. And
Yeah.
like, Taz is like $1 million on the mic, and he
Yep,
was
and
just
I
great.
kind of beat him up. I was like, oh, am I 12? I kind of marked out on that a little
That
bit.
whole feud is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice, boys. Man, as much as I love Team Taz, they are like my favorite faction in AEW
fun.
right now. I
They're
really love Taz. I mean, yeah, when what you said, Charlie, like I kind of marked out too when I saw Hook in the body bag when he got brought out. I mean, is this what Hook is around for these little
I
spots
don't
like
know
that?
yet, but
If he is, great. But oh man, I kind of want to offset the pick, but I don't know how I don't know how Sting does not after months and months of buildup. So I got to go Sting and Darby.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Sting and Darby are going to win this. I just think of all the matches in WWE that Sting was in, and he lost every one of
Every
them.
one of
he
them.
was in, if I remember right, he was in 3 matches, and he
Yes.
won. One of them was with him and Cena teamed up, and they won. But then he had his 2 singles matches, and he lost both of them, in
Yep.
part because Seth Rollins buckle bombed him into near paralysis. But
Right.
Yep. And Triple H had to get over on him.
oh fuck,
That which totally helped Triple H's career.
Oh, he needed to. That's
Yeah.
where that's going to help us. That solidifies his Hall of Fame nomination right there.
Well,
Totally.
actually, I just learned a little juicy tidbit that I didn't know anything about. Actually, Triple H was supposed to win the King of the Ring the
Yep.
year that Austin won
oh
it.
yeah.
I never
Yep.
knew.
Yep.
So
Punished.
Austin ripping that promo, solidifying him in wrestling lore and Hall of Fame for eternity. Austin 316, all that stuff. If
Yep.
Triple H wasn't in the doghouse, that would have
was-
never happened.
That was
Well, you know,
that was the curtain call.
yep, curtain call. Yep, that was their
I
whole
didn't-
curtain call. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody had to pay it. It was the young guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, despite all that, I think even if Austin hadn't been the king of the ring that year, I think he still would have been the guy in time. Like, I don't think
Over time he would have, yeah, for sure. Because he was hot. The crowd was with him. He was hot.
Yeah. And once they
Triple
got
H
rid of the ringmaster.
Yeah. But anyway, to tie off the thoughts on Team Taz versus Sting and Darby Allin, yeah, Sting, Darby Allin for sure. I do think Team Taz needs to get a little bit of a shine after this, though.
Yeah, they got to beat somebody.
They've been talking a lot of talk and not really backing it up. So I think that moment needs to come sooner than later. I think Brian Cage needs to be the guy to like either win some sort of like the TNT title maybe, or just have some sort of a position within the company that where he's recognized for being a good worker. Because if you watch any of his matches outside AEW, the guy's incredible. And physically he's just like awe-inspiring to look at. So I think he needs something. I've heard a lot of talk about Ricky Starks, and he's hot on the mic, but man, he doesn't get enough TV time for how good everyone says he is. So I think between those two things, Team Taz needs a little more attention.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. When they come to Panther Arena on the reschedule, if Team Taz merch is on the stand, your boy's buying it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't doubt it.
I love that team.
Hell yeah. All right, let's move along to Shida versus the AEW Women's Eliminator Tournament winner. Those matches aren't all the way through, but how it's looking is possibly Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa versus. Wait, did Thunder Rosa win?
Okay. Are we gonna get spoilers out of the way here?
Yeah,
we should.
Britt Baker's out. She lost to Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Nyla Rose wrestled Thunder Rosa this evening.
Who won that one?
Nyla Rose.
No fucking way.
Nyla, I know that's a shocker all around. Nyla Rose is in the finals now against whoever wins the Japanese bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching hockey before I jumped on here, and I meant to look that up, and I could have swore probably Britt Baker was going to win that.
No, yeah, Britt Baker lost last week actually.
Fuck. Thunder Rosa.
No, but actually, I mean, not to get distracted from our picks, but I just want to make a quick note that Britt Baker, Nyla Rose was far better than I ever imagined it would be last week. That was a great match.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm genuinely surprised that Nyla Rose went over on Thunder Rosa just because I in my mind, Thunder Rosa was going to be the next AEW Women's Champion. Now, that being said, I do think it makes sense to get a heel in the title position because Hikaru Shida has been sort of the babyface women's champion for a long time now. So if they get someone like Nyla Rose or whoever it might be back in that position, it gives Thunder Rosa someone to overcome, and it would make her title win that much more significant.
Wow. I'll admit, I don't even know right now who's left in the Japanese side. Would they possibly have that person win the tournament and take on Shida? I don't know.
I don't know either. I have a hard time pronouncing her name. I did see that she was in the finals, and it doesn't come to me right off the top of my head. So assuming that Nyla Rose beats that lady in the finals, that would mean Nyla Rose versus Shida. Who would you pick there? We've already seen this match, haven't we?
We have. We've seen it, I think, a few times.
Right. Which is astounding to me that Thunder Rosa fell to Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Man, that's disappointing.
It's certainly unpredictable. Like, honestly,
that's good booking. They don't give it all to you now. Makes you want it more down the line.
Because I truly felt the whole AEW side of the tournament was setting up Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa one more time, but they totally did not even go close to that. So, yeah, kudos for the unpredictability, but I don't know.
Have to wait till All Out for that one probably, or maybe Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's give our picks regardless. Shit.
I'll throw it out there because I got nothing. I'm just gonna because we don't even know who she's facing. I'm just gonna say right now I think Shida will retain.
Right. Okay.
I
I will
don't
say,
have much more to say.
you know what? I'm gonna go with Nyla. As much as I hate this person, I'm gonna go with Nyla. I hate her style. So if she loses, I will be happy that Sheeta retains the title. If she wins, I'll be happy that I get the point. That's my logic. Charlie?
I'm trying to think where they're going with this. I'm gonna go with, I think, Nyla also, because I think they're ready to get that belt off Nyla, or get that
Sheeta?
belt off of Sheeta.
Mhm.
Because I think they're ready to move on from her because she hasn't been on that much. And I also think, if you remember, didn't Sheeta beat Nyla at the last pay-per-view?
Right.
Not the last one, but at a couple pay-per-views, I think.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
that was the one where Vicky got pissed at her. So I think they're gonna finally put her over this time. I think, because I'm like really shocked with her running through that tournament like that. So they're setting
Yeah.
her up again. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Nyla.
Okay.
Yeah, and I gotta
Mr.
say,
Matt.
oh, sorry, I was
sorry.
just gonna throw
ahead,
in one
Steve.
more thing because I didn't really give any commentary. On the sole fact of that match with Britt Baker, and that, like, my only knock on Nyla Rose is I don't think her matches are always all that great.
No,
I give her props though, because that Britt match was so good that
yeah,
I'll call it where I think she's shown potential again.
Okay. Remember, we do get a mulligan. And you're welcome to cash it in anytime. We keep it honest here at Keep the
well,
Kayfabe.
thanks, Mike. Thanks.
Thanks, that's big of you.
No problem.
Oh,
Matt, what do you got?
I think we're all in the same boat. I'm thinking Nyla Rose is going to end up winning this. I don't see any other way about it. It would be, don't get me wrong, it would be interesting to see a Japanese versus Japanese women's title match at some point, because I do think AEW is all about that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have this completely Japanese side of the women's bracket.
Right.
So it would be interesting to see more of the Japanese strong style in the women's division, especially in like a title setting. I just don't know that there's enough fans that are familiar with it at this point yet to make that a big draw. So I don't know. I for the sake of really not knowing any better, I'm going to go with Nyla Rose. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut you short there, Mike, because we have a very important breaking news segment right now. At least that's what I'm being told. So we're going to cut over. It's now time for Charlie's Corner. Charlie,
All right.
talk to us. What's going on?
We got a new update. I don't know what happened. That somehow Miz must have got himself counted out in the earlier title match. So now they're doing it again. Him and Lashley one more time. So I'm sure in 7 minutes we'll have another update.
Awesome.
So that's interesting. Like, I think honestly, got like okay,
They're
so
going-
Miz weaseled out of the last one, but they're making it happen again. Are they gonna have it weasel a second time, or are they gonna actually give it the last? Oh my god!
They're
I guess
doing
this
a
is why
second
they're
time.
doing-
And they did the classic WWE. I put an update on that. That was just disgusting too. They did the classic WWE move where they had the 3-man. That match didn't finish somehow, but Ali was getting into it with Riddle. So then they wrestled one-on-one right before commercial break. They set it up. It's just a class. So
And Riddle beat him, right?
yeah, it's just so stupid. Yeah. Oh, no, hold on. We have another update. I think Shane McMahon showed up and he's bringing out. Oh, this is stupid. Oh, they're bringing out the lumberjack so Miz can't weasel his way out of the match. Boy,
That's just great.
this
Classic.
is riveting stuff to get you ready for Mania, dude.
They're probably celebrating.
Get you ready
negative-
for Fastlane.
Yeah. They're probably celebrating a lot of negative COVID tests. Be like, hey, you guys haven't had a lot of airtime lately. Go out
They're
there
out
for
there
a little
too.
lumberjack protection.
This has been Charlie's Corner. Thanks, Charlie.
Perfect.
So I'm the so this is the one that I'm gonna gain ground on you guys because Sheeta's gonna successfully defend the title.
All right. Honestly, I was gonna try to be bold and take the person that I can't even pronounce their name, just to be different and maybe get a wild card. But for the reasons that you stated, I just don't know how many viewers that would benefit.
Honestly, I think
You're fast tracking her, man.
the more I think about it, and kind of what Matt alluded to, I'm convinced that they're going to have the Japanese representation win the tournament just so they could put on a nice showcase of a match with Shida. Yeah.
Mhm.
So my bonus pick is I think Nyla loses the tournament.
There you go.
All right. Well, how about this? I'm taking my mulligan, and I'm going with the Japanese champ, the person that I have no idea who it is.
Wait, you're saying she's going to win the title?
Right.
Wow.
I'm taking it. I don't even know her name, but
So
that's where I'm going.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
I cashed in my mulligan.
it looks like
Yeah,
it looks like you're going to be in last place.
That's
Hey, man. Sometimes the
Gotta
heroes
take a
have to
chance.
fall
yep.
to build back up to glory.
Yep.
To our next prediction show. All right, let's move along to Adam Cole versus Matt Hardy.
Adam Cole.
What'd I say?
Hooray!
Wait a second. What's going on
Adam
here?
Page.
So you mean
Adam
Hank?
Page.
What?
The
He's
Hangman.
AEW now? He's all
Oh my
elite?
God.
He's all elite?
Breaking news.
Okay, I might need 2 mulligans for just segues and stuff. Here, I'm taking a mulligan right now.
No.
Okay, we're leaving it in. Fine.
Yeah.
Adam Page versus Matt Hardy for the big money match where they have to sacrifice a year's worth of salary.
Yes.
Is that the stipulation?
And we have no. There's no reason to think it's not really going to be their salary on the line either.
Of course. I'm thinking Adam Page is going to win this. That's my pick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I won't even wait to go. Hangman Adam Page.
Hangman.
Yeah.
Hangman.
Hangman.
Oh.
Complete the
This is
sweep.
probably the match that is probably the least interesting on the card out of all of them. Just because I don't know, I'm just not feeling Matt Hardy lately in AEW. I don't know what's wrong with me with that, but
No, I think it's not. He hasn't stuck the landing. I think he was on such a high streak with the Broken Matt back in the day, and then
right.
WWE blew that. And then he came over, and I don't know if it's COVID or what, but I just feel like he didn't make the impact that we thought he would. And he's not doing a bad job. He's kind of filling a role as a veteran, but I think he could have been more.
Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm just getting worried. It looks like we have a quick update. It's now time for Charlie's Corner. Charlie, we're having a lot of updates tonight. Talk to us. What's the latest?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And one day after Black History Month, we have a new Black WWE champion. Bobby Lashley has won the title.
Oh my gosh.
Hey-oh.
So we'll see where they go. We'll see where they.
What
we'll see
happened?
where they- he pretty much just beat him. You know, he put him in that movie he puts in. What is that? Full Nelson.
Cole Nelson?
Yeah, he submitted, and now he's putting
Wow.
him in. Yeah, he won the title. Now he's putting him in it again. So he's trying to be a heel. They're going to try to
Wow.
make him a heel. So I'm sure he'll do the job to Drew in about 60 days. Give or take.
Yeah. It's funny you bring up Black History Month too. I mean, one day after, like in March,
Yep.
like Vince McMahon, like,
One day
just put it on.
You know, we
put it
couldn't
on
have
in
a-
March.
Yeah.
We don't want to
and-
make it obvious.
And let's remember Bobby Lashley's big WrestleMania moment when he was Donald Trump's representative
Yeah.
versus Vince McMahon, whose
Oh, yeah.
representative was Umaga in that big hair versus
Wow.
hair match. Or as Trump called him in one of the promos, Bobby Leslie. True story.
Huge match. Huge.
Huge.
Well,
It was the
now that
greatest
Bobby
WrestleMania
Lashley's-
match ever.
now that he's been crowned champ, right in time for Black History Month. Yeah, like Charlie said, maybe in 60 days, not even that. What we got WrestleMania coming up in 30 days, something like that. As
Yeah, something like that.
Charlie
Yeah.
once said, he'll be looking up at the lights.
He'll be looking up at the lights. Yep. So Drew. So you know
I
where they're
hope- I hope it was all worth it for Miz to take the Money in the Bank from Otis and then lose it and then get it back and then win the title. Also, he could lose it a week later, a week and a half later. I hope that storyline was worth it.
transitional champion and a real one. Less than what, 2 weeks? Maybe 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And would it not have freaking been a good Rocky Balboa story to have like Lashley just like out and out destroy McIntyre himself, win the title, and then you have McIntyre claw back? No, you got to throw the stupid Miz thing in there.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing is lousy.
This is
Such good. Charlie. Yep. It's such good shit.
That's what we all
Wow.
think about it, Charlie.
Yep.
Charlie's
Well,
corner,
you know-
that is, not the show. The show.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Something that's going to be good shit is this 6-man ladder match at Revolution. Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, Penta, Lance Archer, 10, and another wrestler that will be determined. So I think it was last year where we saw Brian Cage come out on a ladder match. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe are they going to reveal somebody brand new that we're thinking?
I don't
doesn't
think.
Nope. Big Show? I mean, Paul White. Paul White.
God, that would be great. Just like 5 guys out there, and then all of a sudden you just hear, "Where?"
Well,
No, I think
It's
Paul White.
White.
Exactly. They
it's a
should,
big Paul White tonight.
they should do it.
That would be so great.
it's like the exact same music and clearly dubbed over.
Yeah.
They say Paul White. It's like Tony
It would-
Khan just saying Paul White. No, I think it's actually going to be Ray Phoenix in that other spot. We saw the match, I think, last week on Dynamite between Lance Archer and Ray Phoenix to get in on this ladder match.
Yeah, which is
And-
it.
Tony Khan recently did an interview with Brian Alvarez, and multiple times throughout the interview, he acknowledged that Ray Phoenix, in his mind, is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. And I didn't
I
realize
agree.
this. I think I was listening to the What Culture podcast, but they talked a lot about how Ray Phoenix has main evented.
I love Ray
I
Phoenix.
want to say like
Yep.
4 of the last 5 or 6 Dynamites or something like
Mhm.
that. So
Yeah,
And he's
probably.
he's clearly a main event guy. He
That dude's so
delivers every
fast.
time, and he's not in any other match right now for Revolution. So, what better match to put him in than a ladder match too? And especially with Penta also in the match, there could be a lot of cool moments from that.
I love it.
Yeah,
Good stuff, Matt. Good
Charlie-
digging
Charlie and
And I
Steve
re-
will get to hear their favorite entrance music as well.
twice. Interesting proposition for you all. If Ray Phoenix is the 6th man and he wins the ladder match, you get a bonus point if you pick him to
Okay.
sweeten the deal.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
with that. I'll take that offer. I need to get ahead here and gain on Charlie a little bit.
Phoenix is
All
Phoenix.
right.
Phoenix isn't in the match right now.
He is not.
No, but there's an open spot.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
Charlie, you're taking that?
No. I'm gonna. You want mine?
yeah.
I'll go. I'm
Yes.
gonna. That Ray Phoenix sounds really good if they put him back in, but I'm gonna go with Scorpio Sky reboot because he just came back.
Oh.
He just came back from injury, so that's. I think we asked a few weeks ago where he's been, but I just saw yesterday that he had torn meniscus or something, but he's been out for a while, and I think this is his reboot to get him going again.
Oh, good call.
Because the stipulation is they get a chance at, is it the
TNA.
main title?
TNA title.
Yep.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
TNA.
Okay.
Sorry, TNT title.
Yeah.
TNA.
The TV
It's like-
title.
Another
TV title.
crossover.
Yes. I think I have to make my pick here, and I am gonna go with the Murder Hawk Monster.
That's a good pick too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, good one.
Very good.
Because I think
Yeah,
there's
that-
a slight chance he's listening, and I just want him to know that I'm the one out of the 4 of us that picked him, so he won't murder me.
Yeah, because he will beat your ass if he.
No, he won't. He'll beat your asses because I picked him.
Regardless of who
Exactly.
picks him or doesn't pick him, Steve, everybody dies.
Yes. And I don't know, Jake the Snake, it's like, he's taken a couple bumps in that, but he does, like, I get nervous when he's there because he's like having troubles walking and shit. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't like seeing him get even near action because I'm like, he does not look well.
Oh God, if he just like taps his shin on those steel stairs, I'm worried that he's gonna bleed out or something like
Yeah,
that.
because he took a bump a
looks
couple
so
weeks
fragile.
ago, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he looks really like." I think he was just acting, but he did not look. And he looks like he has troubles walking.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I think he just got out of surgery from
think so.
something a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, and obviously Paige still, Diamond Dallas Page keeps in touch with him, but I know he's not working out. Yeah,
And
I
you
worry
know
about
what?
Jake too.
Mike and I are close personal friends because raise your hand if you did DDP yoga with DDP. That would be the two of us.
Hello.
Nope, only you two. Mark.
Self high five.
Love it. I am going to. Okay, so Charlie, same logic, man. I didn't know Scorpio Sky was off camera because of what you mentioned, but I like Scorpio Sky out of all of this because this
Yeah.
guy has not gotten enough love for as much as they boast and brag about how great of an athlete he is. He needs something, and they haven't given him anything, and this is it. If they can,
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I mean, the smart move would be to go with Cody. But then it wouldn't be because he's kind of more of a mid-card guy right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going Sky. I'm going Scorpio Sky as well. I'm going to cheer for him. I need something to cheer about here. Let's move along to the main event, which will be headlining
main
Revolution
Of the evening.
from North Carolina. Kenny Omega versus John Moxley in the
Right.
exploding barbed wire match.
Oof.
Man.
Given
I
the
don't know.
promo that John Moxley gave, on last week's AEW Dynamite, it sounded like he was going to go away for a while, and his wife Renee is pregnant, so it sounds like they're going to be expecting the baby soon, and this could be his last big bang, literally, before he goes off screen for a little while and takes a little daddy paternity leave. So I'm going to be choosing Kenny Omega in this.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Mike, for all the same reasons. I mean, it was kind of a swerve for those of you who watch New Japan Pro Wrestling and know that John Moxley is the IWGP United States champion. You may have also seen that John Moxley retained that title against Kenta this past weekend, which was a really big surprise given the fact that he's going to be a dad soon and he's got this huge match coming up in AEW. I don't know. I mean, I think New Japan spaces out their matches a little bit more. So I think John Moxley can get away with a surprise win here and there. But in AEW, I don't know that that's going to be the case. I don't know that he's going to want to spend the time as champion on TV every week when he's got a young child at home. So, yeah, for all the same reasons, I think Kenny Omega wins this one.
I'm gonna agree. I think Kenny Omega. It's way too early. He's not gonna win the title yet. They got a lot more story to tell with the Bullet Club.
Yeah, he's a belt collector, and he's still got. This is, like I said, this is the year 2021. It'll be the year of Kenny collecting belts. He won't lose this thing until.
And we need more months. And we need more months of the sweepers that that Mike marvels at their choreography.
Yep. You know what? I thought his promo was pretty funny this week when they're banging and building it out.
Yeah.
That was one of the better ones. Yeah, it was pretty good.
For sure. Well, plus John Moxley was named, Wrestler of the Year according to Pro Wrestling Insider.
PWI.
Yeah. So, I mean, Kenny is likely going to be getting it this year, so there's no reason why, John Moxley would interfere with that title that he's probably has coming. So, yeah, it's going to be a big year for Kenny, and I don't think John Moxley's going to slow him down in this match. But there's going to be some punishment here. 1,000% sure on that.
Punishment
All right.
Hernandez is going to be watching from home.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
They're all the same. All right. Hey, this next match is probably going to be the game changer between the participants here on Keep the Kayfabe. This match could go any way. Miro and Kip Sabian versus Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy.
Oh my God.
Who is going to take this one? I have a feeling we're going to get swerved.
I could not give a shit about this
Exactly.
match.
Exactly. And these are
Yeah.
the hardest matches to pick, though, because
That's
you
true.
don't give a shit. There's no logical sense about them to begin with, but in Keep the Kayfabe fashion, these matches count.
Well, and what's interesting about this is, I think to your point, like you got Miro on the one hand, who doesn't seem likely is going to be losing anytime soon. You have Orange Cassidy on the other side, who's probably not going to lose anytime soon. But then you got Chuck and Sabian, who easily could take the fall for their team. So yeah,
Yes.
honestly, I think this is
This is a wild card.
I'm gonna just throw it out here. Like I'll bite the bullet. I think Miro and Kip Sabian are gonna take the victory, and I think Miro is gonna beat Chuck, like pin Chuck. So
Okay.
yeah, I think the heels are gonna win this one to keep some momentum on Miro.
Should we throw in the bonus prize element of it?
Getting to see Penelope Ford.
No,
Oh.
like
That is the bonus.
Miro pinning Chuck. Like you gain a
Do
point.
I get an extra point because I picked? Well, I don't know if that's fair to the rest of you miscreants, but
if you want to play it in this match, if it's worth playing, I don't know.
I'll
I'm just
play that
spitballing
card. I think Miro pinning Chuck. I'll put that down for a bonus.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
let's
that's a good-
do it just for fun.
I think that's good. I think Miro needs to get the pin in this match after the work and the hype that's been put into his character, and just how flat it's felt. He needs to get over in this match somehow.
I
All right,
think
so. Are you-
to that point. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Was that your pick, or were you just?
No,
chatting with
that's
Steve?
my pick. I think Miro gets the pin.
Who's he pinning?
I'm gonna go with. Is that Chuck Taylor side bet still on the table?
Right.
Yes. Then I'll go with that. That makes the most.
Well,
sense to me.
you can choose orange and gain
Ooh.
a bonus point
Eh, yeah.
Gain
No,
one
I
on
can't
it.
see Chuck.
on your best friend.
I can't see
Orange-
Orange Cassidy taking the pin. I think Chuck Taylor can stand to get pinned.
All right, best friends stay together.
Um,
Charlie,
Boys. Have you ever watched wrestling? You guys are two. I got 3 marks here with me. Here's how it's gonna go down. Orange is getting the pin over Sabian. Easy money. Miro turns on Sabian, finally breaks off and does his thing because they got to get him away from Kip. So that's my pick. That
that is
No,
actually
no.
great logic. Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna. Miro's gonna get over. He'll probably look great. He'll get over with his moves and shit. But I think Orange and Chuck are gonna win, and he's gonna turn on Kip and then finally get rid of that stupid best man wedding gimmick, and then he can maybe start his run going. But I don't see them doing making Chuck and Orange lose this time around. But I'm going with that.
It's such damn good logic.
Oh,
Yep.
right?
Pretty legit.
You know
It's
what?
pretty legit. That's
This is
my.
this is why Charlie's undefeated.
Not if I can match him because I haven't picked yet.
Yeah.
So
He'd still be undefeated, but
yeah. Right. I'm actually gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Orange and Chuck, and Orange pinning Kip. Yeah, that's the only way it can go down.
Yeah, that's the only way you can see it.
This is imitation.
Well, take that spoiler away.
Imitation's the sweetest form of flattery, isn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm gonna go with it. That
Okay.
what happens post match. Call that too. But that's the way. You guys
It
are
makes
right.
Perfect sense.
It's either it could go that way or it could go also that like you said, Miro pins Chuck, but something's gonna happen. He's got to get away from Kip sooner or later. So they got to, because staying with him is stupid. He's got to start making a singles run.
And I think AEW is smart enough that they course correct faster. So
yeah, I
do think they got to put an end to this Kip Miro.
Yeah, because when you think about it, the wedding's over. He was the best man. He had his bachelor party. Now what do we do? Do we keep this stupid thing going now? Come on.
Yep.
They think they know when to cut. I think they know when to cut bait and how to get out of it pretty easy.
I'll stick with my pick, but I totally think you guys are right.
The timing is perfect.
You get your WWE logic on. You gotta get out of that mindset.
Yeah.
Very true.
Thanks for being the voice of reason for us here, Charlie. But this next match could go any way. And I had my mind made up on this next match when I got to see the list of contestants. It is the Casino Royale Tag Team match. How many guys are in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 tag teams.
Tag teams?
Yes. So we have to pick the correct tag team. The odds are not in our favor unless you know your wrestling. So let's run through the teams real quick. We got Bear Country, Bear Boulder, and Bear Bronson. I have no fucking clue who these guys are.
Even on Dark.
They're on Dark. They're pretty big dudes. Yeah, they got a lot of potential. Big guys.
Okay. Good to know. We got contestants from the Dark Order, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. We have contestants from the Dark Order again, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. We have from the Inner Circle, Santana and Ortiz. And then we have from Eddie Kingston's camp, the Butcher and the Blade. We have Private Party, and we have Top Flight. And then we have another team that is yet to be determined. Boys, there is a stacked lineup in this Casino Royale tag team match. Who is going to take it?
So the other one quick. So those what guy raps? That tag team's not in it.
The Acclaim.
Not the
Acclaim?
Acclaim wasn't listed. Are they?
Okay. I don't know. I was just asking. Yeah, I just want to double check. Yeah.
I looked it up before the show. The current card status. I'm guessing maybe they'll enter somebody tomorrow.
Yeah, who knows?
Not tomorrow, on Wednesday.
I would assume on Wednesday there'll be unless there's
and the winner of this match gets a title shot.
Right at the tag team titles.
Okay, cool.
So, just looking at, I have the list in front of me right now. The question I have on my mind is, does the Inner Circle, meaning Santana and Ortiz, get more out of winning or losing? Because my money's on Santana and Ortiz, because think about it. If we see Chris Jericho and MJF win the tag titles from the Young Bucks, and then Santana and Ortiz slide into that number one contender spot,
that's a good.
There's the booking right there that creates that dissension within the Inner Circle. Now, that could be interesting. If they lose, do Jericho and MJF heckle them about it, and it leads to some infighting, which leads up to a match between them? Or do we see some members of the Dark Order win? Now, the only reason I mentioned the Dark Order is they've really been on a roll lately, just ever since kind of becoming faces in essence. And John Silver and Alex Reynolds especially have really been shining. So it'd be really interesting to see them get a title opportunity. At the same time, I don't know if that really would help their characters at all. And I don't know that it would advance the storyline of whatever happens with the tag titles. So for this one, I'm going to go with Santana and Ortiz.
Well said, Matt. Well said. Anybody else want to step up to the plate?
I'll throw mine out because even before Matt said that, my pick all along since I saw the first lineup a couple days ago was Santana and Ortiz. I think it just opens up a lot of avenues. They have been clawing, but never quite reaching, and this is a well-deserved moment for them. I'm going Santana and Ortiz.
All right. I want to prove to the boys that I don't copy your picks. and I'm going with a bold move, and I'm going to be taking Alex Reynolds and John Silver. from the Dark Order. Like
a
you
good
said,
pick.
Matt, they have been shining. I don't think, I mean, this is such a gimmicky match to begin with, and I don't think it'll run that deep. It's probably going to open the show. This is probably what they use as the buy-in, as they call it.
Might be.
Curtain jerker.
Exactly, to stroke everybody off to like buy the pay-per-view right before the fluffer match, as you may want to call it. And I think these boys are the perfect fluffers. John Silver has been like, really winning me over. Alex Reynolds, same thing. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, I think, will assist them on getting them over, because I think these younger guys, they're one of the tag teams of the future. So I'm going Silver and Reynolds.
Which leaves Charlie.
Man, that's a really good pick. It's a really solid pick. But I'm going to go out on a gambit here. I would steal that one because that's a really good one when you think about it, because they're due for something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go on that's because they need to be. Those guys should, if they're going to give them a go, they should go now. But I'm going to go with somebody new, because they need to get some new tag teams over. Give them a very special match. I think we've seen it before, though. I'm going with Top Flight.
Yeah,
That's a nice pick.
I could hear you saying that. That's very good.
Help to get the new guys over. Have them win a big match, even though they'll lose to the Bucks. But give them a big match, a good showing, and then give them a title shot. Because, like I said, I think they lost to the Bucks on a regular match, but maybe now give them a title shot to try to establish some new up and coming teams. Yeah.
How's this for my bonus pick of who's the surprise final team?
Okay.
Enzo and Cass.
Oh, yes.
They were shown at some show last.
Dude, Cass is ripped.
Yeah, they were at TNA recently, weren't they? I think last week there's a picture of them out there. So yeah.
So it turns out
that's a good call. Way to take a chance on that.
the Good Brothers have their own promotion called Lariat Pro Wrestling, and they had Enzo and Cass on the card for a show this past Saturday. So that tells you right there there's a relationship between the Good Brothers.
That's why I'm saying it. Yeah.
Which opens the door to AEW.
Yep.
Well, and if that's the case, then maybe I would pick them over who I picked, because
you already made your pick, bro.
I know, and I already used my mulligan too.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So, damn, I hope they come out. That'd be awesome. If
I think that would if we get through Dynamite on Wednesday where that spot is still an unknown, I think that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
That'd be hot.
That would be hot, man.
Yeah, I think you might be right, man, because I'm looking at some of the sports shows and they're talking about him. So
Cass has got his head on straight. He looked ripped this weekend. I mean, it'd be a cool story.
Enzo cut an amazing promo on his Instagram account, by the way, too.
Yeah. Did he? Oh shit! I gotta watch. I gotta find it then.
And think about a no-brainer booking: Eddie Kingston stable versus Enzo and Cass too. Those two cutting promos back. Did I say pornos? Promos back and forth. That would be must-see TV minus the pornos.
Dude, yeah, it'd be fun.
Awesome, boys. Well, we are just going to have to wait and see on this week's AEW Dynamite to see if any of those to-be-determined spots will be filled. This was an awesome show, boys. I love the prediction shows. We got the picks entered, and now they are locked in, and we just have to wait until Sunday for AEW Revolution to go down at Daly's place. I'm really excited for it.
I guess I'll say now your Enzo might be right, because I'm looking at his Instagram, and he's got a picture with 5 days ago of Big Show getting ready to throw him out of the ring.
This is why I'm a genius.
Yeah, that's a good one, bro.
This is why I'm smarter than all our listeners combined.
That might be. And real Kevin Nash liked it.
Oh, so maybe the Outsiders will be the surprise team.
Yeah.
Hall and Nash.
Well, the greatest booker of all time, Kevin Nash, liked it. That says something.
Yeah.
The greatest booker.
And sorry, one last breaking news before we close the show. now available on the AEW shop. You can get the Varsity Blondes shirt. So
Ooh,
I like that. I like that name.
go buy it.
dude, that actually would be a hot T-shirt for the summer. Cut the sleeves off that.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. Get some of those Pit Viper glasses going. Big time. Well, make sure you follow us on Spotify at Keep the Kayfabe and follow us on Instagram at Keep the Kayfabe as well. Boys, it was a pleasure hanging out with you as usual. Can't wait for Revolution this week. Have a great evening and, stay strong, stay safe, and stay hungry.
Shout out to Greg Valentine.
Shout out to Bobby Lashley, Black History Month, one day late.
Yeah. Bobby Leslie.
Peace.
Love it.